Okay, YouTubers, this is like the umpteenth time that I've tried to record this video, and like really tired, and I'm ready to go to bed, but I wanted to get this out. First off, thank you for tuning in or watching the last video I did. I didn't think it would drum up such a response, but you know, it stirred up a couple of responses. So, you know, I love it. Like, I didn't know that what I had to say was that important. I think it was like 300 something people that 300 something people that had watched the video, and a couple of people commented on it too. I was like, yay. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and you know, I even got a subscribe out the deal, so hey girl. So yeah, I liked it so much. I enjoyed it so much that I decided to make another video, and I want to explain a little bit about what I meant or what I said, kind of clear up some things that I said in the last video. First off, the word swagga. I saw a comment that said something about it being carnal, you know, and if I'm looking for swagga, I'm looking to please my flesh or something like that. To me, the word swagga means confidence. You know, the Bible talks about boldness, you know. So, like, you know, what's wrong with having confidence? Now, I do believe that at the same time we should maintain humility, you know, but I also believe that you can be confident and be humble at the same time. You can be confident enough to say, yes, I can do this, and then at the same time turn around and say, okay, God, I need your help. You know, so yeah, to me, like I said, all swagga is confidence, knowing who you are, being confident in who you are, not being easily swayed by what somebody else thinks or what somebody else says. You know, it is what it is. This is me. Like it, love it, or go home. You know. So with that being said, I'm keeping the word swagga. Comment about it. Second thing is, don't get it twisted. You know, I love God. If you get me talking about the Lord, I could go all day long. You know, all day long. Godly conversation is the best. God is the bomb. Yeah. At the same time, there's more to me than my Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, don't get me wrong. God is first in everything that I do. You know, I seek Him first in everything. You know, but at the same time, the same way that I am a Christian, I am a writer, I am a mother, I am a sister, you know, I am a daughter, I am an aunt, you know, I am a student, you know, I'm a community activist, I'm a singer, you know, I'm a poet, the list goes on and on. I'm a student, you know, I think I said that already, but anyway, you know, I could keep going, you know, I am, you know, all of these different things. You know, and I don't have to stop one to be the other. I don't stop being a Christian to be a writer, and I don't stop being a writer to be a student. I don't stop being a student to be an employee. I don't stop being an employee to be a daughter. All of these things work together, you know. So, you know, all I'm saying is, you know, you can't just appeal to one aspect, you know, of my personality. You know, me being a Christian is just one aspect, you know. That's the way I look at it. You know, that's the way like I said, that's the way I look at it. You know, I don't consider myself to be a Christian writer or a Christian singer. I don't consider myself to be that, you know. I think a lot of times as Christians, we want to put ourselves in a box and say that, you know, if it doesn't look this way, if it doesn't sound this way, then it's not Christian. And I think that's what turns a lot of people off. You know, That's what makes a lot of people say, well, I don't want to be any part, because it makes people feel like they're in prison. You know, for the longest time, I felt like I was on punishment. When I was younger, I felt like I was on punishment because I was a Christian. You know, I couldn't go over here, I couldn't go over there, couldn't hang out with this person, couldn't say this, couldn't say that. You know, different things like that. Now, granted, understandable that, being a Christian causes you, you know, if you're gonna live the walk, if you're really gonna walk it, there are going to be some things that, you put aside, that I'm not making no bones about that. There are going to be some things that you put aside to live this Christian life. But at the same time, I feel like, we as Christians, we tend to put ourselves in a box, and, putting ourselves in a box sort of limits God, in saying that God can't be glorified in my conversation about politics. God can't be glorified, when I'm talking about the scientific method. God can't be glorified when I'm talking about philosophy. You know what I'm saying? I think that, sort of puts a limit, on God, and ultimately limits God, and it limits the potential that He's placed on the inside of us. So to say that, I only, have godly conversation, or maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. Maybe I shouldn't have said the word godly conversation, because that implies that there is a such thing as ungodly conversation, which there is. We'll talk about that one on another video. Yeah. But all I'm simply saying is, if a guy want to get at me, then he has to appeal to more than just my Christianity. Excuse me, because like I said, that's only, one side of it. That's only one portion of it. So yeah, that's all I'm saying about that. And then I feel like, again, not only just putting ourselves in a box as Christians, but I think sometimes we get a little touchy, reading some of the comments. Yeah, I think we get a little touchy, like, because we're Christians, we aren't allowed to say certain words, such as swagga. But yeah, I think we get a little touchy, and I think that's another thing that turns people off about Christianity. Is that, we're so dead set on living in this box that we tend to attack anything or anybody that speaks against the box. And I, for one, refuse to live inside of a box. So, I'm going to put a pin in that conversation. And like I said, we'll talk about that, the whole godly versus ungodly conversation in another video, I think. Maybe. That is a thought. Till then, I'm sleepy. I have to go to work in the morning. Good night.